What is up, YouTube? It is the old Bayside geocacher here, Brian Katona, back with another adventure with StickSport Girl. In this YouTube episode, we have not one, not two, but 3 Adventure Lab series caches near our home in Chester County in Pennsylvania. We're going to start with the Oakbourne Park Adventure cache, go to a second Adventure Lab cache in Westchester, and finish up with an Adventure Lab cache series on the Chester Valley Trail, sponsored by the Exton Library. Hope you enjoyed the episode. We had a lot of fun doing this. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Always consider subscribing down below. And you know, Mr. BA is up on Instagram. Enjoy the episode, but before you do, I have a word from our sponsor, CK Productions, LLC.
This episode is brought to you by Corey Katona and CK Productions for all your audio and voiceover needs. Visit www.coreykatona.com for more information. That's www.coreykatona.com.
Hello everyone, welcome back. We're doing some more local adventure labs today. We're starting with the walking tour of Oakbourne Park, which is very close to us. And we're taking advantage of it because today is kind of a cloudy, rainy day. So we're nice and close. So this looks like there's about 5 places here, and Oakbourne Park is a West Township public park, and it's got a historic mansion, there's a carriage house, and there's a water tower here that we'll get all on the video when we're taking a walk around here. And there's some athletic fields. I don't know if we'll see those, but it's a nice park just in this area. So the first place that we're going to go to is the carriage house. And that's going to be about 50 feet, so we're going to walk over there and we'll come back when we are there. Alright everyone, so we are at our first stop on the Oakbourne Park Adventure Lab tour, and this behind me is the carriage house, which is where they put the carriage and the horses when people would come to visit. So the question here is, how many panes of glass are across the bottom row of the upper arched window? So, panes of glass, bottom row of the upper arched window. So, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, is it 17?
I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I got 16.
16? Okay. Sometimes I struggle with counting, so let's try 16. Okay, let's try 17. 17. Do I need to put it in number format? Let's try that and see. Alright, I had to put in the number, so it was 16. Alright, so we got 1, and we will move on to our next. Alright, so we were just here, and now we're back, so if you're having some deja vu, don't worry. So right behind me again, like we started with the opening, is the Oakbourne Mansion, and it was built in the late 19th century by the Home family. And then it was willed to the Philadelphia Protestant Episcopal City Mission. And then now the like we said, Westtown Township owns it, so that's why it's a park. And the question, we got multiple choice on this. Alright, so how many total shutters are on the stone front of Oakbourne Mansion? How many total shutters are on the stone front of Oakbourne Mansion? So is that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, is it 18?
I got 18.
Alright. We never had multiple choice before on this, so. Alright, so we're at our next stop here in Oakbourne Park, and right behind me is a water tower, and it says this unusual 65-foot tall water tower was built in the early 1880s in the same style as the renovated mansion. It housed 2 500-gallon water tanks, and it provided running water and fire protection for the home. So, the question here is, looking at the plaque on the front of the tower, what is the last year shown on the sign? So we got a little poster here eyes are good, but they're not that good. Alright. Last year, so I guess 1973. Yep, and this sign was the Rotary Club gave financial contributions to restore the water tower. So we are still here in Oakbourne Park on our 4th stop of the walking tour, and we are at the Westtown Township Community Garden, which is right behind me. It's an organic garden, so they're not spraying any of these plants or vegetables that are growing here. And the question here is how many bees are pictured on the white sign at the garden's entrance, and the sign's kind of small, but you can see that there's 2. And again, we got multiple choice, so always a fan of that. So we've completed this stop and we will go to the next stop. So we are actually at the last stop of the main walking tour. And we are at the little Manion library, the little library here at the picnic pavilion.
And there's a lot of these in this area. Something that's common here. It's common down in Ocean City, Maryland, and Fenwick Island, etc. Maybe it's just this part of the country.
Yeah. But they're always nice to find. It always makes you feel a little more at home. So, and the question here is, what is the Girl Scout troop number, 3 digits, shown on the right side of the mini library? So, Girl Scout 439, Gold Award Project, 439. All right. So we completed the main portion of the walking tour now. So we have our bonus cache.
Bonus cache.
So we have our coordinates for that. So we're going to put them in our GPS and then we'll navigate when we get back.
StickSport Girl loves bonus caches.
Who doesn't love a bonus cache?
All right, we'll be back when we get close to it.
All right, so we are finding the bonus cache of the walking tour of Oakbourne Park Adventure Lab. So it's a micro, and it's a bison tube hidden inside an Altoids tin, hidden at the base of the tree. Bring your own pencil. Well, forgot to do that, but that's alright. So we are pretty close. I think it's around in this area somewhere.
Mr. B, I see something swimming in the pond. Oh, it's a big old froggy. You saw him on the top of the water there. Okay. There's a bunch of them over here. No, it's a big old toad or frog sitting on the top of the pond here. Pretty cool. All right, yeah. Oh, so see him over here. Little nature here. You can see all the froggies. It is spawning time, so that happens. But you can see them all. See them all on top of the water. Pretty cool. All right. Okay, StickSport Girl. Success.
Right. Success. So I'll take a picture of it. I don't have anything to sign the log with, but yeah, because they don't have a thing in there. But that's all right. I'll take a picture, and that should hopefully be all right. So we have finished the walking tour of Oakbourne Park Adventure Lab. Welcome back. We are now doing the Westchester and County Town Adventure Lab tour, and we are in downtown or in town Westchester, and we're going to be walking around and looking at a bunch of historical famous sites here in Westchester. So, first site that we're at is Horticultural Hall, and this was actually designed by the man who designed the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., so that's pretty cool. It was the last thing he did before he did that. And now it's the Chester County Historical Society. So we can go and learn all about the history of Chester County, of which there is a long and detailed history. So the question here is, what is the last name of the person on the plaque honored for 20 years of dedication?
Okay.
So, all right, so this is the plaque. Rob Jenkins, remembering and honoring your 20 years of dedication to Chester County Historical Society. So we'll type in. All right, so we've got our first stop. We'll come back when we go to our next. So we are now at St. Agnes Parish, which is one of the many churches down here in Westchester. It's architecture is one of the things that brings us here today. And the question here is, what are the Roman numerals to the right of the front door? And hint, it was the year that the current church was built.
Okay, so we'll walk over here. So it says,
I'm not good at this.
it's StickSport Girl.
That was a struggle. Alright, so for this particular cache, there's, so that way we don't give it away, but there you can see that there's a date on here.
In Roman numerals.
In Roman numerals. But that's not the correct answer to put into the cache. So I don't want to say it, so that way nobody gets spoiled with anything, but that's not the right thing. You have to look around and kind of look at the cache description, and you may find something that might help you.
It is close, and you have to give it in that format, but that is what you see in the background is not the correct answer in Roman numerals.
Right, so that way we don't give it away, because we spent a long time trying to figure this out.
And she got it, the old BA did not.
Ooh, but that's okay, we got it. So we will be on to our next. We are in the area of the First Westchester Fire Company, and the first fire company was established in 1799. And the question here is, how many carved stone faces are on the rightmost door on the building?
Yep, we're going to walk down. It's over here on the right, I see it. But you can see, lovely Sunday afternoon here in Westchester. That looks like a fire company. Looks like it's right here. It's now a restaurant. It's as you guys can see, it looks like it was a fire company, right? And they turned this into a restaurant, and it looks, is that the correct number?
2 is the correct number, so we're on to it now at the Lincoln Building, and it's called that. Sorry, I was reading why it said it was called that. It's called that because Abraham Lincoln's first biography was written and published here, so that's pretty cool. On February 11th, 1860, and it is considered one of the most historically intact sites in
and there's
Westchester.
A plaque over there, and I'm going to step back, and this looks like the French Quarter in New Orleans. You can see the portico and the overhanging porch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the question here is, what historic site number is on this building? Historic site 10. So we'll type that in. Now at the courthouse here in Westchester. This is a pretty big and significant historic place, not only because it's a courthouse, but it's been around for a very, very long time. And behind me is the statue, and it says, look closely at the heels of the statue. Who cast the statue? Exclude the heels.
Over here.
What is it? So
Harry Lewis Rawle. And this statue is from what we call the Civil War, or the War of Secession, depending on which side of the Mason-Dixon line you were on. No, no hyphen.
I tried it without a hyphen. This one.
Yep, we were over there by who, right? So it's cast by.
So it's cast by Roman Bronze Works. Jeez. Bronze Works. Alright.
I suspect that's going to work.
That's correct.
Okay, it's that.
We worked hard for that one, but...
And it's not, as I come around, it is that we thought it was the sculptor. It is not that.
Now, of course, it's time for our favorite part, the bonus cache.
The bonus cache.
We'll be back when we're at it. After feeling it around for it, that's what people said that they did, I finally found it underneath the fire hydrant.
So, that's not knee high. That's waist high. Thigh high.
Thigh high. Some people are taller than me though, so, you know, or shorter than me or whatever.
All right, StickSport Girl, we got it.
I'll take a picture of it because I don't have something to sign it, and we'll be on our way. Welcome back. We are now in Exton, and we are at the Chester Valley Exton Park and we are doing the cache that is called, or the Adventure Lab cache that is called A Story Walk at Exton Park. So it's a little loop, and it goes about a quarter of a mile, and it tells a story, so it's good for families. So our first stop is Welcome to Story Walk. And the question here is, the Story Walk is made possible with the support of what foundation? It has oyster, pearl, octopus, and lobster. Oh, pearl. Pearl. Okay. So that's that. We're now at the Story Walk page 5. And the question here is, look for the line, take a blank while you read the story. Take a stroll while you read the story. And again, these are multiple choice, so even better. So that's our next one. So we'll keep walking and come back. Back on our story walk on page 10. Look for Chester County Library and District Center and blank branch. So I think that's Henrietta Hankin. Yep, that's down there. So those two kind of work very closely together, those two libraries in this area. So we'll keep walking and come back when we get to our next page. 15, and check out the construction. How many wooden posts are holding up the Story Walk sign? So it looks like there's 2, and that is correct. So we will move on to our final Story Walk. Last page on the Story Walk, and it says take a blank with your favorite page. So we've got all of our social media here, and we're taking a picture with our favorite page, and that completes this aspect of the Story Walk. So now we will find, it says now try to find the bonus cache hidden under the Story Walk sign where you are standing. So let's try to find it under here, I guess. Oh, here it is. There it is.
There it is.
Dun,
Dun, dun, dun.
Picture, and that was a nice little walk around.
That was lovely.
Alright, so we are at a cache called Fenceception, which is still here in Westchester. It's a size other, and it's like nature wanted it to be here. Should be easy for the initiated. So there's no hint, but we are... Alright, so there we go. So the old Padre found it, the old Mr. BA, so it's one of those little tubies. So we're going to take a picture of it because I don't have a pencil, and we'll be on to our next cache. Pretty cool though.
Yep.
That's a clever hiding spot.
That's a wonderful one. Yeah, it blends right in like they're supposed to.